Hello everybody, welcome back to Max's Mad Mythic Monster Hunter Mondays. I am not Max, but I am Tom, and I'm here with Cameron, the titular Max himself, and sorry Paz, I blanked out and forgot your name.
Were you gonna say Pax for a second? Because that's where my mind went.
I think I was gonna say.
I mean, I'm fine with both names.
Yeah, I think if it wasn't Pax, it was some other name that I'm used to seeing on here a lot.
Hi,
yeah.
I'm Max.
I'm also Max.
At Sherwin-Williams, when I worked there, every shirt I had a different name on it, and only one of them had Max.
Oh, nice.
I had Tyler, Taylor, Denny, Max, Dan, Jeff, and what was the other one?
Jeff.
Oh, you gotta sue. You gotta sue like NBC or who?
NBC.
Those shirts.
They stole your idea for what was the show called Megastore. Someone else did that. They got it from you. We're gonna sue you, NBC.
It was survival for me.
Hello, Razor Beast. Hello, Shanice. Welcome back.
Hey, Shanice.
It is Monday, and we are going to hunt some monsters today. Pretty sure everyone else knows the deal, but for anyone that doesn't, we're playing Monster Hunter Rise, and I think today our goal is to do... What was the monster, Cameron? You just said it, and I totally forgot what it was.
The thumbnail of the day is a risen Chameleos. I'd say maybe we start out with a regular one, just to like recalibrate after the week.
That would be great, because I planned on playing Monster Hunter this weekend and did not. So I would love to get a warm-up going before I inevitably cart 2 of the 3 times.
And we're going to be doing all the catch-up stuff, talk about Gundam, but also...
Yeah, first off...
Yeah, oh yeah, you want to do it? You got it.
Yeah, I'll do the version that's in my head. We have started our Extra Life campaign for this year. For anyone who has viewed us in the past, we do an Extra Life campaign. I think we've done one pretty much every year since we started, at least streaming, if not recording.
This is year 4.
That's right, this is year 4.
4 for 4.
We are raising money for the Extra Life campaign. For anyone that doesn't know about Extra Life, they are a charity that... now blanking on the actual description, but I would say they are a charity that raises money for local hospitals?
Yes, Extra Life is a campaign that is put on in support of the Children's Miracle Network of Hospitals. It's a network of hospitals in the United States, Canada, and I believe some in the UK. They get together, they do other stuff, but Extra Life is one of their campaigns. It's started out very grassroots, but it's essentially an opportunity for gamers, community members, nerds, to raise money in support of either their specific local hospital or you can have all your money go to like the general Children's Miracle Network. We, in our case, all the money we raise goes to Cincinnati Children's Hospital because they took care of us when we were wee little babies.
Yeah, and so this year we are raising money. Do what?
Yes, wee little bobbies.
Yeah. I think you dropped Cameron. I'm going to try to... Can I change my bitrate live? Let me see if I can change the bitrate. I wonder if that has
anything to do with it.
I guess I can change bitrate live on stream, which... I don't know enough about networking in computers to know if that's bad, but it feels like that would be a little unsafe.
I mean, it's not bad. You can do it.
Right, yeah.
The good news is
upload download's not too high.
Me dropping isn't like the absolute end of the world. Because I'm not the POV this time, so you don't have to suffer and watch me like reconnect.
Well, we can do the Chameleos, do a few hunts, and then see what the network is like, and then we can do some just live troubleshooting. Because really, we're here for the monsters, but we're also here to raise money for Cincinnati Children's Hospital. So we can do a little bit of both at the same time.
Yeah, and I believe in the video description on YouTube, maybe on Twitch also, there's the link. Oh no, you have a thing in chat. There's a link in chat for our Extra Life page. We are doing 2 big raffles. We also have some additional prizes we're setting up. If you're a fan of Dungeons & Dragons, TTRPGs, or Transformers, we've got a bunch of prizes for you. I guess I don't know, chat. Do we sound okay? I know I don't think Tom will have any issues with that tonight, but I was having problems with it the night before. So if anyone can confirm that we sound fine, let me know.
I have a command for that as well. Oh, I already ate. All right, so let's go ahead and try to fight Chameleos. I wanted to make an anti-poison set, but unfortunately I am optimized for maximum fun lance damage. I will just have to suffer through it.
Yeah, we'll get there. All right, let's do this shit. Do we want to, Tom? You're moderating. You want to start out with how your week has been?
Yeah. So my week since the last Monster Hunter Mondays has been pretty decent. I didn't get to stream any Elden Ring last week. I was working on some of my D&D homebrew Hex Crawl stuff because I had a session last Saturday. It was our first session in about 5 months, and it went pretty well, actually. I had enough content left over from 5 months ago that we never got to, and we still didn't get to, but that's pretty good.
Tom, I think chat says if you could boost your volume up at all.
Yeah, I raised my gain. Hopefully that's a little bit better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even on my end, you sound better, so I'm sure.
The gain on these blue mics really is the true volume knob. Like, I raised it like maybe a degree, and this is how much, hopefully, better it sounds. But yeah, I mostly worked on D&D stuff last week, so I didn't get to stream Elden Ring like I wanted to. Hopefully I will maybe this week. I still have to finalize that, but mostly over the weekend, just sort of hung out, didn't really do a whole lot. I watched a lot of My Hero Academia for the first time.
Oh, first time?
Yeah, which I figured we'll get into in a little bit, but I watched that. I watched the new Gundam episode, which we'll also get into for sure, and then finished House of the Dragon, whatever it's called, the new Game of Thrones show. They're all kind of the same.
Who has watched My Hero Academia before? I have seen bits of it, but I don't care about spoilers.
Close to being up to date.
Gotcha.
I am up to date.
So, I guess I would like to ask the three of you guys to start out. Recommend the show?
100%.
I like it.
Yeah,
I think
Razorbeast. You also liked it? It's essentially it's a shonen like Naruto and whatever, but they are superheroes and instead of ninjas.
Quote unquote
But
ninjas.
I feel like in anime, it's all kind of the same.
They're also
Like-
government employees, which I like.
Yeah. So the bits I watched kind of reminded me of Tiger and Bunny, but maybe not as satirical.
Yes. That's
Yes,
a
very
good
much.
thing compared to that. I forgot about
It's-
that show.
I really like Tiger and Bunny.
Second season actually just came out.
Yeah, I'll have to watch that. I really like Tiger and Bunny, and it's one of the reasons I probably didn't get super into My Hero Academia. I enjoyed what I watched, but I just wasn't as attached to the characters, and I haven't had as much time to watch stuff. But it's definitely on my list to check out sometime when I have the free time.
Yeah, it's pretty good so far from what I've seen. I think I got through I got through season 1, and I think I'm a few episodes into season 2. But I like it. It's definitely, like you said, it's a shonen for sure. But I like its take on like the tropes of like the shonen thing. Like, it's definitely still, I can predict a lot of what's gonna happen, but the ways in which it switches it up is really nice. And it's one of those where, it's a shonen. The main character, one thing I do like that they do is the main character, Midoriya, is definitely like the kid that has a lot to learn and has like a lot of potential, but they don't do like the certain wizard thing we don't talk about anymore because the creator sucks, but they don't do the thing where it's like, you fucked up really bad and you're gonna get in a lot of trouble. But it was really cool that you did that and you saved a lot of people. In this one, they're straight up just like, yeah, what you did was really dumb, but we're not going to yell at you for it just because, like, I don't know, you save people, and your mentor doesn't really do any better either, so fuck it. Thanks for saving everybody.
I do like Might Guy. I like the main
Love Might Guy.
character's power.
He means All Might.
He means
All
Mega
Might.
Man.
My guy.
Big man.
Mega Man.
Wait,
you know,
who is Mike Guy? Who am I mixing
There
him
is-
up with?
All Might.
There's a guy that has a boom voice. I mean, like a boom.
No, I think I'm mixing up All Might with someone from a different show.
Oh, maybe.
Is there a Naruto character named Mike Guy?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes,
Guy.
there
Okay.
His name is literally Guy.
Oh.
Okay.
I think so.
Ah, fuck. I got greedy. I should have just written it instead of.
I'm not doing much better either.
What
I was
you
kind of just
said.
wandering around for a minute.
I got sandwiched between Gormagala and Chameleos. But yeah,
fly
like
away.
it seems like a pretty cool show. It's definitely on my list at some point to check out. Awesome. So you watched that. You watched House of the Dragon.
I did.
I haven't. I gotta wait. I think Hannah still needs to watch some episodes, but she's been really enjoying it. Everything I've seen from House of the Dragon seems fun, and it convinces me that this should have been the main book series that he wrote. Like,
I could see that. Yeah.
the War of the Five Kings seems way less interesting than the Dance of Dragons.
I mean, you are basically just comparing the War of the Roses to, you know, anything that contains dragons.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah.
Well, the Dance of Dragons is based on another historical British Civil War. I forget which one, but it's also the case where that was the more interesting one. I'm not sure why he
Just
picked.
Cromwell, I'm assuming, because probably the dragons are sit-ins for the cannons.
Kind of, yeah, because like they go against the Queen, and I think that at the end, I mean, spoilers, I guess, Targaryens get some sort of like limitations on their power a little bit that slowly weakens them. But yeah, House of the Dragon seems like a lot of fun, and it's got dragons in it, and it's based on a finished book, which is nice.
Yeah. It's based on a complete series.
Yeah. Even
Has it-
though Mr. Falcon already was like, has nothing to. He's implied. Well, I've read all the books, but he's implied that he's having a much more in-depth this time. So I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. You know, depending on whether you like J.R.R. Tolkien or not.
You mean Martin?
Oh, sorry, Martin. Jesus. I get going confused.
George R. Tolkien.
No,
Lord
Too
of the
many
Rings.
JRs.
Yeah.
I have a conspiracy theory about A Song of Fire and Ice.
That is pretty much Lord of the Rings. Yeah, let's see what we figure that out.
Well, no, not that. George R.R. Martin
One of
is
them.
too smart to finish the series because he had his rough draft ending and he saw how audience reacted, and he's finished the book, and he has it in his will that after he dies they'll get published because he does not want to see the audience reaction.
I believe that.
to his books.
Maybe he like wrote himself into a corner.
I like, on a serious note, not the dying part, but like I have wondered, like, basically if he's like, well, that didn't go well, let's not publish that.
Yeah. Oh god, am I gonna
It
fail
really
again?
surprised me. He's a pretty intelligent
Oh shit.
guy.
I didn't realize you were at low health. Fuck.
Well,
Hold on,
don't think
I got
the
it, I
story
got it.
he
Okay.
told was necessarily bad. I think the way they presented the show was a problem.
Yes. I think
think
because
just
of
the
the
show
condensed length of the
itself.
show, they didn't have time to do whatever face heel turn the Queen needed to make that like would make it seem reasonable.
Yes, she just went off the deep end very quickly.
Yeah.
That craziness set it back.
Yeah. Hey David, what's up? Oh, the stream? Yeah, I think they do a better job in like the nighttime in Monster Hunter looks really pretty. Hey Cheryl, I didn't see you were here. I guess any other update stuff, Tom?
Not that I know of. I think that's pretty much it. Mostly I'm trying not to die right now from
Yeah.
Chameleos. But no, that was pretty much it for the most part. Got a little D&D DMing in, and then I did some show watching.
Oh yeah, and we'll have to talk about the. Oh my God, that's a whiff. And embarrassing, mediocre.
Got it. Clutch
Tanker
heals.
shooting. I guess
Shake off
Max,
the rust.
how's life been on your end?
I've just been paying a ton of Terra Invicta.
Yeah, like
I've heard about
a
that
lot
game.
of it.
Yeah, like you need Cameron to play the game because you need to know how Delta V works.
I get messages at like 10 p.m. Like, okay, here's a chart of the thrust versus efficiency of all the rockets. Which one should I pick?
So, correct me if I'm wrong.
So you can put it. So when you die, you should just throw this up on screen so everybody can see just how many
Okay.
different rides there are in the game.
It's
I like
it's
that.
a 4X game to start out with.
Right. What I've heard about that game is something about, like, humanity discovers aliens, but there's, like, a bunch of different factions trying to decide, like, what to do about it. Is that?
It's like
Yeah.
the Illuminati. You're playing a Illuminati faction. I mean, that's the best way to
Well,
describe it because you are not a well-known faction.
Okay, I thought you could play from, like, any of, like, the 5 or 6.
You do. But what I'm saying is that, like, your faction is influencing nations. So, like, you don't necessarily play as a nation. You exert.
All the factions.
Oh,
that you
I
can
see.
be.
Yeah.
So it's like Illuminati factions, but I mean, they're behind the scenes. They're, you know, the deep state, if you will.
Ah, I see.
But
No government type shit.
so you're influencing nations and trying to essentially achieve one of your victories. It's set in 2022. The game starts, and when you look at the world map, Russia is at war with Ukraine. So, like, it is.
Timely.
It has, yeah, like literally, it models a lot about what's going on.
Is it a game that is out, or is it in like early release?
It's early access, but honestly, this game has so few bugs, and it's very well done. It feels like a trailer.
Yeah, I feel like early access in general doesn't mean much anymore.
Yeah.
It really doesn't. You know, how long was Minecraft in early access?
I
You
think
know?
there could be tools that are better for like getting information out of the game, but like it is a complete game.
Yeah.
But the thing that is really interesting about the game is the fact that like you're starting with whatever base technology we currently have, and you find out that there are aliens that are already here in our solar system just set up. And they're way out in the Cooper Belt. And you are trying to essentially get humanity behind whatever your goal of your faction is to either like push the aliens back. One of the factions wants to exterminate them. One of the factions is like, let's just leave. They want to competition. One faction is conservative, and they view the aliens as like divine angels. Another faction just says like humanity can't pull this off. We've done a really bad job. We'll come up from and once the two concede, they're not like, you know, they're not looking at them like, hey look, Gabriel came back.
Right.
Oh, they just did a Rick and Morty episode on that. But instead of aliens, it was dinosaurs came back.
Oh yeah, I saw. Yeah, that's great. I was something else to do snakes. Since I've done that so many times, I was wondering if Snake Messiah came or something.
That would have been funny.
And then last faction, the like default faction just wants to basically remove the aliens from the equation and let humanity like be determine its own thing. Whereas all the other ones,
We talking about the point?
No, we're talking about Terra Invictus. Hey, Black Knight.
Hey.
yeah, the final faction, they just want to basically allow humanity to be self-determined, deterministic, and not like try to influence humanity's development while also getting rid of the aliens.
Yeah, I've heard they're kind of like the XCOM faction, so to speak.
Yeah, the default faction is just XCOM.
Okay. Yeah, 'cause I've heard a lot about
Faction
like.
is the academy where you're trying to you want to prove to the aliens that you're equal and coexist.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen now.
It is stupid. stupidly hard. I've tried playing. I haven't won with any faction, but I lose way earlier. Badly.
How long does... Oh, shit. That was nice. That was real
Yeah, hell
clean.
we go. That's what I wanted.
How long does a game take?
I don't really know. I mean, I guess, like,
How long have your games taken before you lost?
for me, like, probably 8 hours.
That's not that bad.
Well, that's not even close to the end of the game. That's me, like, tooth and nail trying to hold on.
Yeah, but it's not like
yeah.
you're playing, like, it's not like you're playing the length of an XCOM campaign and then getting enough whole situation.
I'm basically trying to figure out what I did wrong while holding on.
That's nice.
Felix's point is essentially that the length of the XCOM campaign, and then you mess up a mistake you made 20 hours ago. But that's how it's from the dubs of the original 90s XCOM, so that's thought to be that's
Yeah, very, very Fire Emblem.
There's like points in this game where you really need to like transition correctly, and it is like if you didn't set up your economy and other parts properly, like X amount of hours ago, you're gonna lose.
No.
And basically, that's the point where I'm like, okay, what did I do wrong, so I can start another game and get better.
Yeah.
The university is real bad. Basically, you start off the game as your faction actually like well known, and it's like, hey, look, aliens showed up. Let's coexist. Like they probably come in peace. How could they have the technology to get here and not come in peace?
And they immediately blow up a city.
No, we immediately find out that they've like set up mining bases out in like the Cooper Belt, and like you can see them manufacturing ships. And we're like,
Oh, so they're here to steal our shit and then
no, I know why. I know why it's so difficult now.
yeah,
I just
so,
looked it up. It's the Long War depths. Oh god.
yeah, exactly.
The aliens are the British. They're here for our resources.
You're not even.
The name sounded familiar, and I just now realized that when I look it up on Steam, and I see Long War, and I'm like, oh.
It is. They are the British Cameron. You're not even wrong. They're.
oh, Britannia.
They show up at your planet and they're like, look at all this unsettled land.
Your land is not my property.
Cheryl's
Manifest
asking.
Destiny, that shit.
Cheryl's asking how was D&D this weekend.
Am I good to share like a spoiler? I don't know what you guys do on your stream for.
Yeah, sure.
And
Warning:
it's
if you want to play
pretty
Terra
early in the
Invictus
game.
without getting spoiled, here's a spoiler warning.
It's pretty early in the game that you find out that the aliens, like, biologically are able to use, like, these bacteria called parasites that they use to communicate. But basically, for other organisms, they can communicate with them via parasites. It just puts you into, like, a state of,
Did I not die?
makes
Holy
you highly
shit.
suggestible. So basically, like, their race when it evolved, like, learned animal husbandry before it learned hunting. So they just view every other living creature as just a domesticatable animal. And they have two other races that they've domesticated. Their word for diplomat apparently is a cross between diplomat and animal breeder.
I dig it. They're cow ethereals.
Yeah, actually, that's a very good. I hadn't noticed that. That's a very good comparison. Basically, so as the academy, it just kind of goes downhill further and further as you learn more about the aliens. So you're like, we can coexist peacefully. Well, now all we need is like a really big stick to like convince them to come to the table. Oh God, they think we're like dogs.
Yeah.
Like literally, they have no cultural reason to view us more than a dog. Like, so it's like the academy is just the worst trying to play them. It's just downhill every step of the way, or uphill every step of the way.
Nice. Who else have we not asked about their weekend yet? I think.
Oh, yeah.
Paz?
Paz?
Have you gone yet?
No. I had a pretty normal week. Well, I went to Clearwater, Florida. So that was something.
What
Big
was
in
in Clearwater?
Scientology there. That's something. No, my aunt, just picked up a puppy, and she just got a Bichon for say, I think that's what it's called. And very much so is in love with her dog already. So, drove 2 hours there, 2 hours back, so, you know, a little while, but I had a good time. The dog's adorable, so, you know.
Nice. You'll have to post some puppy pics on the Discord.
I will have to put some pictures. It's so cute and adorable, and it likes to just. Right now, its favorite thing to do is just like it likes rugs and carpet, as lots of puppies do. So my aunt has a very nice, expensive carpet. So what she's doing is she's putting towels down for it, so that it can kind of like scratch the towels, and it just grabs the towels and will just. And I mean, this thing is very small. So it just kind of like drags the towel, but it's bigger than its body, so it's not easy to drag it. It's very cute. Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's a
Yeah,
lot
so
of
that's
good
what
puppy.
I did this weekend. Nice. Puppy
Black
playtime.
Knight, what about you?
Well, on Saturday, I came down, I started coughing. Sunday, you were there for that.
Oh yeah.
Tested.
Did you get the vid?
I didn't get the vid, I got the flu. Which
Well, that's good
it's
at
not,
least.
It's not that bad, it's like just a minor case, but I've got meds for that.
Still, flu sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How'd the rest of Valakan go?
Oh yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. We'll do all our D&D stuff. Cheryl, we'll talk about it in a bit. Razor Beast, Dagon's curse was a tearjerker at the end. Yeah, Razor Beast, I saw your campaign. You've had 2 player character deaths so far.
Damn.
Yeah.
They remain cursed.
Yeah, Dagon's still cursed. But yeah, I'm curious. At some point, I know you said you were. Is that a campaign you're recording or something? I'd be curious to hear a little bit more. On my end, Hannah was in Savannah, Georgia, on a girls' trip with her mom and her sister for her mom's birthday. So I basically spent the whole weekend just working on personal projects and taking care of the pets. The weather was lovely, so took Ollie out to the park plenty of times. Took the kittens out to the park a couple times. Went and
Yeah, I
ate
saw.
at a surprisingly fantastic New Orleans restaurant. Max and Tom, at some point we got to go. The name is awful. The name of this restaurant is called Brew River. It's in Cincinnati. Brew
Okay.
River suggests nothing about this being Southern New Orleans food.
It sounds like an
It's just
existing brewery in Cincinnati.
Yeah, 100%. It sounds like every other fucking brewery in Cincinnati. Except this wasn't a brewery. It was a really good restaurant. The sous chef there, the head chef there was Emerald Lagasse's, one of Emerald Lagasse's sous chefs. I think, what do they say? I think a Cincinnati native, but then has been working in New Orleans kitchens for most of their career, and then opened up the restaurant. First thing we got were fried green tomatoes, and their fried green tomatoes are on point. You know how sometimes you go to a restaurant and the fried green tomatoes are just like unripened tomatoes?
Yeah, it's like every
that's
restaurant. It's so weird.
That's not what they're supposed to be, but they had real good ones here. I got a little bowl of gumbo, which was delicious, and I got shrimp etouffee. Yeah, it was a really good time. I think Craig enjoyed it. Oh God, Razor Beast, Gelatinous Cube 8 people.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's a tough one. That's a very brutal. Hey, Miss Strandel. Hey, Freyja. What's up? Freya. I assume that's Freya, not Freyja.
Freya.
Niles,
Close
we've
enough.
got to hunt risen Chameleos.
I don't know any Frasier lines.
And then, yeah, most of it was just spending time with the pets. I've edited, Cheryl, you'll be happy to know. I've got our Max's Mad Mythic Mercenaries episodes edited up through episode 51. and episode 52 is recorded. I just haven't had a chance to edit it. And then we were prepping Extra Life stuff. That was basically the weekend. It was nice. All right, someone roll a die. Gundam or D&D?
I can flip a coin.
Well, I figured, at least for Cheryl's sake, do we want to do D&D first, or should we wait?
If we wait, she has to watch the stream longer.
First alphabetical order.
I mean, we could do Gundam. I'm always down to talk Gundam, especially how just amaze sauce everything is about this damn series.
I like the hairpiece, Freya. You have good taste.
I gotta look up the. Oh yeah, pretty hardcore. I dig it. All right.
Trying to think if I have any other equipment I can use, but I don't think I have anything. Well, actually, hold on.
Oh, I should grab. What's the thing that refreshes your red health?
Sushi fish.
Sushi fish. Thank you.
There's a immunizer, I think, also helps a little bit, but I don't know
That's
by
it.
how much. That's like one of those old school items I always forget about because there's not really much of a use
Alright.
for them anymore. I don't know.
I'm ready to do this.
I didn't really find use for it even in World.
Yeah.
For the set I'm running now, it's the one that eats up my green health over time. So I found sushi fish has been very helpful.
Oh, the
Cheryl.
Dragon one.
Yeah. Max is he's not come back to Max Mythic Mercenaries, but he has been hanging out with us and playing D&D and stuff with us. So that's been a lot of fun. He might come back in a future date. We haven't made any plans yet. Maximus is still in a research-induced coma.
That is true.
Well, they're going to return to Domains of Dread. And maybe
Yeah, that's right. Maximus is going to be back in Domains of Dread, which I guess, you know what? Fuck it. That's as good a segue as any to talk about D&D. So, Tom,
Yeah,
you ran some hex crawling.
I did. I had my first session of the Hex Crawl / Open World / Drop In, Drop Out, whatever you want to call it, campaign for the first time in 5 months after my party took a bit of a break. And it went well. I had a bunch of content saved up from the last time. I have a bunch of bounties for things like discovering an Is It laboratory. I have one that is essentially going to discover these big Earth elemental.
Are you doing
like
a hex crawl through Ravnica?
No, the Hex Crawl incorporates a little bit of everything.
Okay,
If it's like
gotcha.
official content, or at least like is in an official book, I borrow from it.
Agnostic to the setting.
Yeah, so like there's Ravnica stuff, there's Spelljammer, there's Eberron, there's
I am gonna grab birds.
whatever some
I'm
of the
remembering.
other
I'm being good, Tom.
settings are. Yeah, I was gonna say, definitely grab birds on this one.
Cameron, was your Ravnica campaign a hex crawler and we just didn't know it?
No, it was essentially Saw that I just never came up with a good ending.
Oh, that's
to.
right. Yeah, forgot about that. But yeah, I know it went really well. I had some content left over. We never got to
Did
any
you say
of it.
you try to forget, Max?
Yeah, because as soon as Tom said, "Is it lab?" I was like, "Oh god, not again."
That's the
yeah,
luck
it was
with
good.
Chameleos. I've only fought it once, and it was pure luck that I killed it.
Razor Beast, I'm doing it alone, but I am getting a lot of help from other DMs, just like bouncing ideas off of people. That's actually why I was in TTRPG a little bit the past few days, is just to get some balance ideas. The biggest problem I have in prep right now is mostly just player motivation. They've already we all agree that there's not really any real motivating factors. There's no background tie-ins per se yet, because
They don't
there's no
want
real
that,
major story.
or
No, it's mostly because my campaign came to be because we wanted something to do on days where not everyone could show up. So the idea behind it is my main NPC is a wizard who has a house that imagine like a bag of holding or like a pocket dimension, but it's a house. And that house can travel between different areas and teleportation circles or planes because it counts as not only a demi-plane, but it is a teleportation circle itself. And so she moves it around places, and so the setting for the campaign is basically fantasy Australia, but only if there was like one town that they know of. It's not a hardcore like survival thing either. I do make them do a little bit of like,
Then I don't know if I'd call it Australia then.
yeah, maybe like New Zealand before
If
people.
not everything's trying to kill them, then
I like that better.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, not heroic 25 man.
Exactly. It's not meant to be like, there is like some story elements, but it's more of like people have backgrounds and like things happen, and the stuff the player characters do sort of ties it all together. So I'm kind of
Have one
creating
of
the story
worlds
from.
they go to just be Australia. Like they open the door and like get mauled by marsupials.
Yeah. Well, there are kangaroos. They're called death rabbits in this, but they found out very quickly that that's just a giant kangaroo.
Oh my god!
I love it.
Did you describe a kangaroo to them and see how long it took?
Yes,
I love it.
100%. I did, and it was great. They have already tried to capture one. It did not go well, but the kangaroo survived. So.
Do you have a large like, or do you have any sort of overworld map or anything?
Yes, so I use Worldographer, which was an old software called Hexographer. And,
Oh, lift! Damn it!
I use that for the overall map, but I've had some trouble like trying to figure out if I want to like display it to my players. They've seen portions of it that I've shown them, but because I have not finalized most of like the extra like late game stuff, I've kind of been like just doing it piecemeal.
I'd
Like because they haven't been keeping a map. of
Right.
the map, And then
I'd
tell
be-
them that they're keeping it.
I'd be curious to see it on the GM lounge at some point if you were cool sharing.
Yeah, it's mostly a OneNote document with 2 Google spreadsheets and then that map. But yeah, I can post what I have. It really is a very piecemeal thing where some of the encounters I created myself. Like I have some really, it's kind of like a, not like Goon Squad, but kind of like a goofy humor element to it. One of the bounties they did is there are 2 Australian rednecks, let's say, and they put together an event that is basically the Field of Rakes. I don't know if anyone.
Did you say Field of Rakes from
Yes.
Galaxy Hitchhiker?
Is that what it's from? I honestly can't remember the touchstones of where I got that from, but yes, essentially it's a big like 10 by like 20 grid, and they have to essentially walk through it, and whoever can get there first wins. But every time they step on a rake, which they can't see, it's like a minesweeper, they have to like end their turn there.
It's like that joke in The Simpsons where the guy just keeps hitting himself with a rake.
Yeah,
I love it.
pretty much. But there's some goofy stuff like that, and then there's some stuff that is supposed to be like the Is It Laboratory is an
Oh
actual.
shit, Nate, what's up?
Oh hey Nate, didn't even see you were in there. The Is It Laboratory is like a laboratory like taken straight from Ravnica, but like the story is some sort of like teleportation like magic bomb went off as a part of like a terrorist thing. And
Someone
so,
broke a rod of the Magi?
Yeah.
That
So
is, that's my red synth up there. Then.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
It's canon. It's canon too.
And so like
Can I join your
it's
campaign now?
it's an example of a lot of like the little mini encounters or like session long things are things where people are transported there and they don't really know why. It kind of acts as like the magical runoff of like all the other realms.
Some sort of nexus that sucks everything else up.
Yeah, but not with some magic power. It's just because it is like the utility drawer of the multiverse. When people like cast spells to bane somebody and they don't know, like they don't have a place in their mind of where they want to put them, that's where they go.
That's really funny.
Yeah.
That is such a cool concept with the idea that, hey, you aren't focusing on anywhere, so you go here.
Yeah, it's the null pointer essentially of the universe. It's just like,
The
well,
undefined behavior of the universe.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, but it's going really well. It is definitely a little nerve-wracking because it's piecemeal and because I try to keep the survival elements light, but still enough that they have to think about it. So it's just it's a lot of managing of really simple little systems, but it's good. They fought some nurtured orcs of Yurtris, and then they hunted some elk.
I'm okay, thank you.
And then they were
Anna brought me a burrito.
Yeah.
They're actually using survival mechanics to not just good the problem this way.
Well, yes and no, Black Knight, because
The druid's
whole,
not always there.
yeah, the main point of why they're there is to forage for like magical flora that doesn't exist in Faerun. And those flora are actually from I think James Gifford is the guy who does his own like custom rules for foraging and like magical flora. So like they can make like potions of fire breathing, or they can make something that like gives them an extra death saving throw if they can brew it successfully into a potion.
You know what you just made me realize? Like, your characters could just be
Oh, did I'm dead? Ah, fuck.
Just like,
Yeah.
they just pick up some grass from one plane and just on the next plane dump it.
Yeah.
Like,
All of a sudden, there's
oh.
just like death plants everywhere. Like, yeah, well.
yeah. Turns out nothing here knows how to get around this plant, so, take the kangaroo and release it on another plane.
Yeah.
I guess I have to eat my burrito.
But yeah. Anyway, to wrap it up,
no.
not long. But yeah, it's going really well. I'm glad to be back in it, but I'm also always working on the connective tissue for open world stuff. Just because systems work until they don't, and then you kind of always want to revise little bits and pieces and kind of retcon things going forward.
So how often do you get to play now?
We kind of do it by oh shit, what's that?
Oh, I'm missing something big.
Oh, is this the Risen part? Oh shit, I
Oh
didn't know
shit,
this.
am I missing it? Is it cool?
It
Guys,
was like
does it look so cool?
it's like a big explosion sphere. Yeah, he's angry.
Is it cool?
Is it cool
Tell
yet?
me, was it cool when I died?
Was it cool?
But yeah, it's going well. I get to play pretty much for a while there. It was like once a month, twice a month if we got lucky. We're gonna try and do it a little bit more often because it's drop in, drop out. Because I gave my players Hearthstones basically max. God, I have a whole rant on how that works that I said in character, and it worked because my main character is this nerdy halfling girl who purposefully I give her these long speeches that my players tune out on purpose. But that also has a lot of the mechanics in the speeches.
I was gonna say, do you put the important part in the middle?
Yeah, at least like the lore stuff. Maybe not necessarily like important
Ridden.
mechanics, but
He's not just risen, he's risen.
Rhythm. But no, it's going well. I'm glad to be back in it, and hopefully I'll get to play more often. To answer your question, Nate, I don't know. If I run Lancer, I think I'm gonna run the official like beginning campaign.
Yeah.
From Massive. I think it's called like no perks for a wallflower. So if I do run that, I will hopefully do that sometime early next year.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you want to schedule something for like January. So I was talking about that on the TTRPG channel, which, by the way, if anyone in chat, which I don't think we've got any new people, but if we do have any new people, we do have the Discord and we play a bunch of games on there. We've mostly played D&D, but I've recently had the desire to play, oh fuck, where did it, sorry, I'm chasing you,
Oh,
Freya.
no, it's fine.
and
I'm completely distracted.
I put up the poll to see what stuff we would want to play that's not necessarily D&D. So my goal would be November we play Cyberpunk Red, which I'll do the same thing, do it like a starter adventure, because I'll be learning that too. December would be Kids on Bikes, and then...
I already got the other one. Sorry to interrupt, Cameron. It should be here tomorrow, hopefully.
Oh, Brooms?
Yep. I love me magic. God, magic is amazing.
Yeah, and it's the same thing where it's like the same thing I like about Strixhaven, which is it's magical university without paying royalty rights to a perp. But yeah, I like that I'd be super interested in, and then Lancer being Tom, if you wanted to do that sometime next year, that'd be dope.
Yeah.
Oh shit, we knocked
wanna
it
try
out
that.
of prison.
Hey.
You are falling. Lucifer Chameleos.
Fallen like
Yeah.
a mid-2000s forum signature.
Let's see. So we're talking D&D stuff. Unfortunately, I was working. I didn't get to do the fucking Esper Genesis, that Razor Beast in
Oh
chat.
yeah.
Gonna run. But I do hope you're not discouraged and to reschedule it Third time's the charm, I promise. Because the idea of Mass Effect, plus if Tanner's able to make it, he can play his character and then I'll roll one. I'm super curious about that. Saturday, we didn't do Rime of the Frostman, and we're in Chapter 6, which is, there's only 7 chapters, so we're very close to the end. They basically have to go through these caves, and then they get to the main underground city that's like the final part. But with people being sick and all that stuff, we didn't get to run that session. We did Saturday night. I played Pathfinder 2nd Edition for the first time, and that was a bunch of fun. I actually really... So, I think God damn it, I'm sorry.
What are we at? What are we at? We got one more. Oh, I know what I forgot to do. Was put on all my armor stuff.
Yeah, I made sure I did that too. I'm gonna hang back and be a little less greedy. A lot less greedy. Pathfinder.
Oh, damn it. No, wait. You gotta do something.
Yeah.
Your players never get off the like 5 sessions later, take them back to that plane and show them the consequences of their actions.
Oh, like back to okay.
Just I don't know what it is. Like just please tell me what happens. Like
Right. But it's got to be.
Leave anything anywhere.
It's more than just like a invasive thing. It's got to be like a butterfly effect thing. Like, oh, you
I
dropped
got a
your
heart.
battle axe back on this one plane that was
They
at
haven't
war.
developed battle axe technology yet. It's like a new.
Now the whole planet is one
Yeah,
existing
now the
being.
snakes all have axes and like it's just over.
You dropped fire in a
They've
place that
slowly
had no
been
link.
building bigger and bigger battle axes.
With bigger nails.
Mutually assured axe destruction.
Basically, you could also show them that it is another time period by just return them to the plane, but it's like thousands of years later.
Yeah. All of a sudden we're playing Shadowrun. It's like, why are we switching systems? Oh, you'll find out soon enough.
Yeah. So, how much HP do you have? Because bullets deal a lot of damage.
Yeah. Do we want to try it again? I feel like we were close.
Have you guys ever played a D&D campaign where you actually have like modern firearms and use the stats that the books, like that some of the D&D books list for them?
I plan on putting firearms into mine because I have Ever and stuff that's going to come in.
I haven't used modern firearms, but in Waterdeep, like the Drow have guns. Actually, Ian's character has a gun, but he never uses it.
Oh, in Spelljammer they have guns. Max, have you seen the GIF before from Spelljammer? Yeah, one of my favorite.
Those are more like, aren't those more like blunderbuss? Like, don't they?
Yeah.
Just...
Oh yeah, those are
Blunderbuss
still
and
flintlock,
old
but they're.
flintlock pistols.
I just love the idea of this like gentleman British hippo wielding
Yeah.
a blunderbuss pistol.
I don't think in 5th edition they have modern guns yet.
No.
They do
Yeah.
have a laser pistol in Spelljammer.
In 3E, they put like, just as like optional rules, they like gave examples of what stats they thought guns would have, and it was like just like a modern pistol was like 4d6 in like damage if you hit, and you could attack more than once in a turn even without like multiple attacks.
Oh yeah.
Because like they were trying to represent just how fast you can like pop off basically the entire pistol. Oh yeah, and also your reload speed is kind of crazy compared to like a bow. So it was like, I was wondering if like you guys had played with it because you would have played in like 5e or 4e, and I didn't know like what the rules for those systems were. If they like made anything like that.
I've seen those on 5e tools, but I figured they were just like placeholders to say like, hey, you can adapt your setting to this. Just here's this example stat blocks we have for those weapons. But
Yeah.
I have not. No, I've played a little Shadowrun, but I have not played any. I haven't played any like 5e like remaskings for like
What is
modern stuff.
Shadowrun do for
Phoenix.
damage for guns?
I think Shadowrun operates on either D6s or D10s. Like I think like almost everything damage dice wise is one type of dice. But the way they do it is it's like the more like advantage or like the more like positives you have on certain things is like you just get more of the same damage dice type. So
Oh no,
like,
pass! We
it
didn't
gets
get
to a
talk
point
about-
where like
Hopefully it'll be back.
grenades do like 10d10 Like regular hand grenades can do potentially like 10d10 or some shit like that.
Okay, so they are like, you know, you're still a human, so it's like an insane amount of damage.
Yes, oh, 100%. It is very destructive. That is a game that in the I don't remember, I haven't read the core rulebook
I was
in a couple
wondering
of
if they
years.
just took bullets and gave them like sword stats, because like, you know, you're averaging out like the damage of these weapons compared to each other, or if they like did what I was saying with the pistol, where it's like, well, you know, a level 0 can use a pistol, and
Oh,
if
right.
they hit you, like, you know, it's
Yeah.
debilitating.
Yeah, my experience, not very much.
All right, we got some chat stuff. 4X is Fantasy Australia. 4X is shit. That's Discworld. Discworld had a Fantasy Australia. The island is shaped like a kangaroo, or the continent is shaped like a kangaroo.
Oh yeah.
Discworld is another one. It's like an old RPG. I mean, relatively speaking nowadays, but that's another one I would be down to play. But I feel like Discworld would be very hard to do in a game, because I am not as funny or witty as the author. So like I'd rely so much on like box text. Razorbeast says 5 years later. No, we'll do it. Razorbeast, we'll do it. I did see you got people signed up for the Halloween game, which will be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Tough Fight, yeah, we got our asses kicked. Gunspunny, did you see Wakanda Forever? I did. I think I'm actually going to go see it. I haven't seen anything Marvel related in a while, but Hannah really wants to go see it, so we'll probably go see it. Oh, how is Pathfinder versus D&D? So, most people, I think, who switch from Pathfinder to D&D, I feel, do it because of the character customization. You get a lot more customization in Pathfinder. At every level, you essentially choose from a tree of feats. That gives you a lot of customization value over your character. I feel like, and this is again me only playing one session of the game so far, in second edition, it's not as hard, or it's not as easy as it was in Pathfinder first edition or 3.5 to create trap characters. I think they've done a good job balancing things out, it seems like. Where before, like Max, I think you can speak to this better than I could. You could create a character that like couldn't function.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think that is like impossible to do in D&D 5th edition, but part of the reason it's impossible to do is because your options are limited, whereas Pathfinder 2nd edition, they didn't limit your options as much, but it's still hard to do. The thing I like the most about Pathfinder 2nd edition is the action economy system. Instead of having an action, a bonus action, a free object interaction, and a move, you get 3 actions on a turn, and you can spend them however you like. If you want to dash, you can spend all 3 of them on movement. If you want to attack, you can attack 3 times. If you want to cast spells, certain spells have a casting time of 1 action, 2 action, or 3 actions. They do a lot of clever stuff with it. Like I played a druid, and I had an animal companion, and I could spend 1 action on mine to give my animal companion 2 actions. So to let it do like move and attack, or move and support. I had spells that are single action castings and 3 action castings, and some spells, like the healing spell, is like, well, you can spend an action, but the range is touch. You can spend 2 actions, and the range is now 30 feet. You can spend 3 actions, and the range is 30 feet. Plus, you can like you get an extra +8 to the heal or something like that, which I think is really cool.
Real quick,
I like
Cameron,
that a lot.
watch your health, because you're at like 1 HP.
Yeah, no, that's because of my armor. I'm gonna eat a gourmet fish before I actually get in the fight.
Oh, you're wearing the constantly poisoning stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe I should stop doing that. I'll do that if we
Maybe.
fail again. I'll swap out to Greatsword.
Who can say?
But Razor Beast, yes, there is a lot of bookkeeping. Until Pathfinder Nexus is up, which is their equivalent of D&D, where I don't have to do the bookkeeping, I would be very hesitant to like play a big campaign where I have to do all the bookkeeping for my character. And I don't care super strongly about character customization. Since I'm more of a roleplay person, like I enjoy the combat, but I don't need my character to like be mechanically unique. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with Pathfinder 2nd Edition, and I'll be playing more. I think we're playing like 3 sessions for this starter adventure, and I liked it a lot. Max, what were you gonna say?
Well, actually, I mean, I was gonna mention that what you were saying about the mountain.
Oh, the actions to cast spells.
Yeah,
Or the bookkeeper.
that basically that reminds me a lot of like the mobile spells in D&D, or in like when you start and I feel like that's something like they don't really have that option in normal D&D because like what are they going to do? Say like you use your full action and your what is it? Interact with one item.
Oh,
Yeah.
free action.
I mean that's what people call it.
Well, yeah.
I don't know what it's actually called.
Free object interaction.
Thank you. Yeah. Like because that's not a big deal to use free object interaction. So like that really gives you a lot of like
Yeah, and it seems like martial classes have more things to do. It does feel like, and I've heard it described to me this way, and it does feel like it, a good mix between what we like about older D&D and what the things that people did like about 4th edition commonly. So like, we don't have the, like, everyone gets the same number of abilities thing as 4th edition, but martials can generally do more than just with the sword, which is nice. Yeah.
is that like fighters? Anybody who's like a fighter, basically has
Yeah.
without like just fighting format fighters. There's like basically it models the fact that like a dude with a sword isn't going to get much stronger.
Yeah, it's very Lord of the Rings, right? Aragorn and Legolas and Gimli were cool, but Gandalf fights the Balrog.
He literally tells the rest of the party,
Yeah.
this is an enemy for you, or whatever. I don't think the exact line, but it basically tells them all,
Yeah.
it's above your level.
Yeah. But yeah, Pathfinder was awesome. And then Sunday, I did the first part of the Domains of Dread Valachan. So, due to players being sick and stuff, we only had 2 players for most of the game. So we ended up cutting the session a little short, but it's a lot of fun. This might be one of my favorite domains. It's essentially the Heart of Darkness meets like Hunger Games. It's a jungle. It's kind of like a super chult. There's lots of dinosaurs and super predators everywhere. The original Dark Lord, and this was back when Valachan was first published in like 2nd edition, is some guy named Ulrich von Hopperstein, whatever, white person. And Valachan was essentially a gift to him by the Dark Powers. He was someone who was a supreme hunter, and he was born by, he didn't have anything like interesting to hunt anymore, and he was evil. So they gifted him this domain and trapped him in it where he can hunt whatever he wants to his heart's content, and he starts hunting people. And that's like the original Dark Lord. And then in 5th edition...
Most dangerous game.
Oh no, it is. That is what that next session is.
Yeah, that's what the next session is.
What so Max can't die, right? Because we know he lived to make it to level 8.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's fine. He's alright.
So, the new Dark Lord in 5th edition her name is Chukani the Hunter, and she's a native of Valachan that got trapped when it was, like, sucked away and created. She killed Ulrich, and took over his powers, and now she kind of has this weird, like, she's running it, and the domain is still the same as it always was. It's perpetually hungry. It must be fed blood. So she runs these games and these trials to do that, but she's generally like trying to do the best she can in a super shitty situation. And there's fun little politics between the different villages, because obviously from the outside everyone's like, this crazy girl is like killing people and she's got to be stopped, but they don't know what the consequences are if they try, and all this stuff. We didn't get too far. We just did like the beginning. It was supposed to be like 1 4-hour session. He ended up playing for 2 hours and did most and all of the prep work. So the next game, when it starts when I get back from Seattle, it'll be. I feel like this one's going a lot better. Hopefully, knock on wood, someone.
Have they found out that
No, it's people.
oh, there we go.
3 girls in U City. I'm
Yeah.
trying, but I haven't gotten the quest yet. Sex find. I'm trying.
Sex find. Oh, .pro. You know they're serious about that. It's not .amateur.
Oh, 68. Really? You couldn't even fucking get one more number? Are you kidding me?
Oh,
Terrible.
boo!
You'd be ashamed to call
Sex
yourself a
find.
bot.
You dropped it at the 10-yard line.
Yeah. Way to really fumble the bag. Terrible. Terrible bag.
But yeah, Valachan, it's instead of being a 2-parter now, it's a 3-parter because the first part was a little short. So essentially, the first part is this trial, which I'm gonna eat a little gourmet thing. Oh wait, someone already did.
Had to be done.
Couldn't risk it. Listen, I understand. So it'll be this trial, and you'll get to a shrine, and then you gotta retrieve. I don't want to spoil it since Bax and Black Knight are here, but it'll be fun. It'll be a lot of fun.
I mean, I gotta make sure that
Lots of deadly creatures. You're actually in the perfect company for it. There's no one that's playing a like heroic character in this session.
it's even worse because you didn't even mention it to me that when I'm like taking off all my offensive skills because Max is damage.
No.
You're not even mention the fact that this is like the deadliest like zone.
It's Patachan.
Yeah, that basically
Yeah.
is sending up Patachan. That's
Well, let's
also
get this part of the surprise.
yeah, part of the surprise. That's great.
But it'll be a lot of fun. But yeah, that was
That
my weekend with D&D, and then next weekend I'm not playing any because I'll be in Seattle. Gundam time? I guess.
Yes.
Is anyone in chat? If you're in chat, tell us your D&D weekend stories.
Yeah.
Razor Beast, I
Actually, real
love.
quick, if you want to.
Oh yeah, pass. Yeah.
I am hopefully going to be releasing my Light Dragon adventure soon into the Discord.
Oh nice.
So that'll be fun. That's like
Yeah, you mentioned you've been
Come on.
playtesting it.
yeah, 60 some odd pages. So I won't drop everything. I gotta get it into PDF and all that fun stuff. But I am also now working on another one because I'm addicted. It just comes with the territory. And this one, you know what? I gotta give it to you, Cameron. You inspired it a little bit. You were putting some very fun and interesting tokens, and I was like, oh, that's what it is. So, dinosaur tokens. So now, we are doing a dinosaur-themed adventure. It's gonna be all Lost World, wild magic shit. So, like, I'm hoping I get a lot of wizards or sorcerers or warlocks, anyone that uses magic, because every character, no matter what their thing, has to roll on the wild magic table. So it's
Oh,
just
I
gonna
love
be
it.
chaotic all the
Yeah.
time. So it's max amount of chaos, and you're fighting like hybrid dinosaurs. Some of them
That's a
are
good
like
point,
dinosaur
Cheryl.
robots. Some of them are just like weird splices. It's gonna be lots of fun, lots of chaos. It's gonna be fun and exciting if people don't die first, because people might die. I don't know yet.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And if anyone's curious on how I make my tokens, I cheat. I use Magic the Gathering card art, and then I go to Token Stamp, and they have a border on Token Stamp that's like a mimic of the official Wizards of the Coast
That's
token
okay.
border, and I just do that.
Magic's already kind of canon anyway.
Yeah, to me, it's like...
You're just doing it for them, really. It's all their
Yeah,
content.
Oh shit, we're so close! No one died! Cameron, don't die! Cameron, don't fuck this up!
Sorry, Cameron. Thanks,
He says
Cameron.
that you talk to him.
Don't you do it!
Oh, here he
Cameron,
goes.
send them an invoice for design.
Yeah.
Yeah. Send them bills. They're like that guy who did that for Google, where he would send them bills that the line items on the bill were the time it took to write the bill, and that's all it was, and then they paid it.
Oh my god, are you serious?
Yeah, because it's like someone's job to pay the invoices, and they're not like.
And it's somebody else's job to read them, right?
Yeah, that's what
Yay.
it is. I mean, I think he still got like convicted of fraud, but good on him. Yeah, we did it! The thumbnail came true.
It's been done. That one went much better.
Yes, I think I'm gonna switch back to Greatsword for a little while.
I think
Are they charged,
the Scare
like-
Birds helps too.
Yes. Feels good. That means next week for sure we'll be doing, and we're not ending the stream here. I was just next week for sure we'll be doing some World. I think.
Yeah, I'd be down to do some
For
World.
sure, I
have
think.
not played that in a minute. Back on the DB game.
Cheryl, there will be blood in Valachan. Yes. Even if you don't die, you're likely to lose a limb, and there are rules for that. Isn't Maximus in Avernus? If he dies, that's just how he gets there. You know, Cheryl, that's a good point. He could have
Oh my
been lying
God.
this whole time.
If I find out that my character made it there because they've been dead the whole time and I didn't realize it,
Oh wow.
Would you love or hate it?
I would love it.
Okay.
So, like, if you kill me in this, I'm gonna ask Nate if, like, I can just actually realize that. Like, basically, I study some scroll coins for a while, and, you know, I'm like, you know,
These resonate with me somehow.
yeah, you know, I've been feeling a little off lately, and, this magic looks real familiar.
He just keeps dying and going between different campaigns.
Yeah,
Here,
I
you
can show
take
up in
him.
Ravnica.
Yeah.
That's the hell after, right?
Yeah.
Is it laboratory?
Yeah.
Yeah. Truly.
Well, sweet. I guess
Nice.
it's what Freya picked before.
I think so. I don't remember who posted the initial one, but I figured we're done with all the. Oh, I guess Miss Drendel, thanks for hanging out. We
Yeah,
appreciate
Mr.
you
Rendell,
joining
thanks
us.
for the hunts. And yeah, we've got room in the lobby if anyone does want to join.
Also post a Discord link again real quick. Yeah.
By the way, whoever suggested that I end up in hell, that is a amazing idea. Thank you.
Yeah.
Cheryl, it's Polka Cheryl, I think, or yeah, Polka Cheryl on the Discord.
Yeah, I think that's the name.
She plays D&D with us. She's in my other Barovian campaign right now.
Oh, nice. So if I die, I could just end up in Barovia, and we can meet.
Yeah, it's all hell. Let's see. I guess that's the last part of D&D. I gotta Cheryl and the party did survive. I've been pulling no punches, even though they're level 1 characters. I threw a bunch of vine and needle blights at them in what I would consider, I think, a pretty elegantly done trap. They went into a clearing. Vine blights came up and kind of restrained them, and then made the ground around them tough terrain. And then needle blights hung out on the outskirts in the clearing behind half cover in the trees, throwing needles at them. They did manage to survive it, so good job. And we'll see where things go from here.
Wow, you weren't kidding about not pulling punches with your level 1s.
Do you have a wizard with fireball? Did they-
No, not yet.
I don't think so.
Oh, damn it. 'Cause that's like a perfect wizard, like. Just,
Oh, yeah.
Cool, they're over there, fireball.
I have never done that to my players, given like have them run into an encounter where the opponent just has fireball or something like AoE like that.
I've
I just
done
feel
it,
bad.
and I remember I had my wizard go up against another wizard, and they were just full pyromancers. It was amazing, because it was just fireball after fireball, and they're not doing anything. It's not damaging anyone, and they're just having the best time ever. Just throwing fireballs at each other. Like, all right, man, sure, go ahead. You know.
It is
Please,
taking me a
sir.
long time to join this session. I don't know why. The quest.
Is it?
Yeah, maybe I'm gonna lose connection in a second.
Well, Freya's still here, so maybe we'll see which of us has the issues. All right, Wrath is asking, what do we think of episode 4 of Witch from Mercury?
Oh yeah, Tom, you wanna? I think
Yeah,
you said you
so-
had thoughts to share.
Yeah, from what I remember of it, I liked it. I thought it was good. This was the first, at least that I can remember. I think it was the first. Guns Pony. Have you you started watching it? Have you watched episode 4? I guess I should say this now. We're gonna talk about episode 4 of the new Gundam show, Witch from Mercury.
Yes. Spoilers.
Yeah, potential spoilers. I don't actually know or remember if there's anything in the. I guess there is. But
I think every episode is a little spoiler.
Yeah, I mean it builds on the story.
If you want to go into an episode not knowing anything, stop watching now.
Yeah. I liked it. I thought it was really good. I thought it was the first episode that didn't have any real like Gundam battles to it. At least there was no like Gundam mobile suits that anyone got into, but there were the generic mobile suits, which I know Cameron, you're probably a big fan of the.
Yes, I love seeing the trainers in action.
Yeah, the trainers were very good. I liked that part a lot. I really liked how that whole sequence kind of ends with, I mean, like, kind of goes back to the My Hero thing. Like, she tries really, really hard, like, multiple times to do this challenge. And eventually she's just like, no, dude, like, I'm done. Like, I know that you're trying to help me and I appreciate it, but, like, I'm actually just going to call it because I don't want to do this anymore. And I was like, that's kind of cool. I haven't seen that happen in anime a lot where the protagonist tries really, really hard and, like, doesn't just break through.
She doesn't have the protagonist stereotypical determination. It was a much more, I think, realistic response to stress by someone who is not like a soldier or trained for that situation.
Yeah, Ratha, it was episode 2 didn't have one either. I don't remember. I actually don't remember much about episode 2. But yeah, no, I like that part a lot. I thought it was really good. And like the character building overall, I think is doing a pretty like good job. I mean, it's standard anime, but I think Gundam always does it really well because that's the part of the whole drama of the whole thing. But yeah, overall, I liked it. I liked getting to see a little bit more about the. I guess like the factions. I guess we got to see Earth House. I guess there's houses in this, and we got to see Choo Choo, who I wasn't sure about at first, but boy, by the end of that episode, she might be one of my favorite characters in the whole show.
I hate her hair, but I love everything else about her.
I did see a post on Twitter the other day that was like, it was like showing her, and then it was showing like how her hair fits in her helmet, and people were like, that's not physically possible to have that much hair and wear that helmet. Like, you literally can't. Someone was like, is that why she's so angry all the time? Is because all of that like hair pressure is like cutting off circulation to her brain or something?
That's great.
She's a good character. She gets to deck some people, which is cool.
Yeah, the fact that she like just punched that girl in the face was awesome.
Yeah, I really did like that. It was kind of cool to see how like she's still not like 100% on board with her, and that's also kind of what like we got to see with Ghoul or Jewel, whatever the hell his name is.
Jetter?
Groose.
Or Ghoul Jetter?
Yeah, the Jetteric son. We get to see him basically explain like it's not like I like you or anything. I just have to do it to impress my dad.
He's best boy.
Yeah.
Best boy in the anime so far.
But yeah, overall it was good. I don't remember any other major beats besides some of the character building and then the training.
In terms of houses, so we saw House Earth. Does Jetterk have their own house? Was that a line that I misunderstood, or have we only seen one house so far?
I think we've seen
two.
One. Well, there's Spacians and Earthians, and I know that's outside of houses. That's like part of the whole like class warfare that we did see a lot of in this episode, and I thought was really good.
I love that we got some of that. Yes.
Yeah, I'm liking that conflict a lot, especially because kind of like reversed roles, where I think in IBO it was if you're from Earth, you're like the top dog, and if you're from anywhere else, you're just basically not shit.
Yeah. It's interesting. I'm excited because I think if we had gotten to episode 4 and there was no deeper politics yet, I would have been very surprised. But I'm very much looking forward to seeing, like, I have a theory that we're going to get 13 episodes of school life, and then at the halfway point in the season, shit's going to go down.
Yeah, school's not going to matter anymore.
Yeah. So I'm kind of, like, with that mindset, I'm relishing the normalcy while we have it before everything goes sideways.
Yeah. I definitely
I
agree with
am. I'm happy with how we got. I think Gruel is or Gruel. How do you pronounce it?
that. I always like to change it every time I hear it. I'm just like, I don't know.
Right? Damn Japanese.
Bruce from Skyward Sword.
Yeah.
Whatever the hell
Let's
his
just
name
say that.
is.
I
like
like
it.
him because you know, I want to see. You know what's funny enough? I want to see kind of like how that Bruce evolves from Skyward Sword. If you played it, you know,
Yeah.
it goes from like tiny at the Zelda to like kind of like protecting everything. And I hope he goes to a similar arc because I love that kind of. I'm a bully, but you know, kind of like I'm only a bully so much. You know, you can only bully someone so much. And I'm really hoping that they kind of follow that through line. Also, it's going to be really interesting to see what house attacks someone. Because something like that's going to happen. Either one of the houses is going to betray all the other ones. My bet is Earth so far. Because fucking it's always Earth Federation this or Earth Federation that or
Capital
something.
Clash. Yeah.
That's my bet. Or someone's gonna hack shit and AIs are gonna start taking over mobile suits, and then all the houses are gonna have to put all their petty shit aside because we gotta work together and stop this bigger threat. That's where my mind's going. Either AI takeover or one of the houses is gonna betray the other houses. And then it's going to be anarchy, and that's what I want to see. I want to see some anarchy. I do like Choo-Choo. I also agree, hair's ridiculous. Also, the voice actress, while she's doing a good job, it was just a little too much, I think.
Oh, do you watch dub or something?
I watched both, but
Oh, Black
mostly
Knight.
dub.
Thanks for following.
Okay.
Yeah, she, a little bit got on my nerves a little bit. But I think she did a great job. I'm really expecting something to go. There has to be some kind of, from the little preview of the episode title, it's gotta be with another house. I really want
what's the next episode title?
Reflection and an Icy Eye.
Ooh, interesting.
Right? But here's the thing. The friggin' episode 4 was unseen trap. I'm like, I didn't see a trap unless you count the bully spray painting the thing.
Oh, I think
I
that's,
thought it was the landmines.
yeah, I think it's a literal thing. Yeah, it's the landmines that you can't see.
But I'm like, that doesn't really play that pivotal role in this episode, you know? I think it was just like, oh, this is just something that we can't do. But I really think though that it's either going to be Earth Federation or Earth House do some shit, which is why they're trying to grab our girl and she's kind of like, hey, this is your house, this is where you belong, you're really powerful, we want main character powers. Or because I want an AI takeover in a goddamn Gundam series. I just want it. That's literally it. But I think that's really, I think one of those two things might happen. Also, just, can we just talk about the OP again?
Oh, it's great. Yeah, I've listened to it like 30 times
God,
in the past
yes.
week.
It's so good.
It is, it's a banger.
That it's not quite at Iron Blood Orphan, at least the second season in my opinion, just because I like that soundtrack, I like that beat that they have, but goddamn, every time I play an episode, I'm like,
It's the
yeah,
synth,
getting
man.
a
It's the
little
synth
better.
part. The synth is, I mean, I'm biased because I love electronic music, but the synth is just really, really good. Really good.
it's so good. I think
Took
that
a big gamble on it and it worked.
exactly. I think that they did an amazing job. I think that we need to. I think the best move that they can do, and they did this for the other one, is they gotta put a soundtrack out.
Yeah.
Enemies have been doing that less and less and less, and I'm like, oh man, that's rough.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Like, yeah, I've noticed it that they've been doing that less and less and less, and I'm like, it is a shame because, you know.
I love me a good
But-
sound.
Exactly, right? And it's just all good, all great. I'm really happy with how it's going. with the current progress that has been made. The one thing I'm still lukewarm on the main girl, Coletta. I think she's a good character, but I think I don't want her to become a Mary Sue so bad, you know?
Yeah, I can see that too.
I don't want them to just be like, another side takes over and she's a god. I'm like, no, make a word for it. Do not turn her into a goddamn Mary Sue. Don't do it. It didn't work in Marvel. They didn't have a ton of money. Don't let it happen.
I don't think there's a risk. I mean, like, if we compare her to other Gundam protagonists, like, she's already starting way below, like, the other dudes in power level. It's clear, I think, like, she has her special connection with Ariel, and that'll be explored further, but I don't think there's a risk of her being an overpowered protagonist the way the other Gundam protagonists have been. That's actually one of the things that's got me most excited about the show. It's just, goddamn it, your face.
Yeah, I know. I picked this one thinking it wouldn't be that bad.
No, it's all right. I just shouldn't have stopped to sharpen there. But yeah, like, comparing her to other main characters in other Gundam series, that's one of the things that's interesting to me is she doesn't have that, like, at least so far. Who knows? It's Gundam, so maybe they'll reveal, like, Hero Yui, the Zero system, or like yeah. But I so far I'm really enjoying her as a protagonist. I like that she is technically competent without being, like, implausible compared to everyone else. And then, like, she's just so awkward because she's never met, like, other people her age before.
That's true. I always forget
really
that.
endearing to me.
Yeah.
Is that because she's like, so I had to go away. I assume that's going.
Yeah, so Mercury in this timeline is exactly, super dangerous mining colony. She is the only child there, and spoilers, she's there because her mom is hiding her from the this, like, government/trade organization that killed her dad, and her mom was on the science team that invented the Gundam system in this universe. And the government is trying to prevent that system from existing. So they massacred all the researchers originally, and then they would have killed her. She got away, but Suletta, the main character, doesn't know any of that. It's not Gundanian. In this universe, Gundam is defined not by a material, but by a software system. There's the gun system. They did mention something here that was interesting. I think there was a line in episode 4 that was about mining permit. So I don't know what that might have to do with, because permit I thought was a software thing.
Yeah, because it said permit score, and I was like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
Oh.
They're mining Ethereum.
Yeah, when their mobile goals aren't void, they're mining Bitcoin.
Yeah. But yeah, Max, so every Gundam show, Gundam means something different. So the only show that had Gundanian was Woot. Yeah. In Zero, I think Gundam was defined by the power plant and by being a design descendant of the original Gundam.
Because, like, basically, in that one, the reason they can handle some of the they're they're made of Gundanian.
And then, like, in Iron-Blooded Orphans, Gundams are like the special 700 machines.
The pre-war, from the war era, whatever stuff.
Which makes no sense.
But yeah, so in this universe, for Witch from Mercury, Gundam is defined by using the gun system, which is a form of transhumanism, where
I feel
the
like they
su-
missed an opportunity there with the material to say that basically the reason it worked, or the reason that the Mercurians would use it is because it's like light but blocks radiation.
so it has nothing to do with Mercury. The original research base wasn't on Mercury either. She's
Now
just she is. It's called the Witch from Mercury because she is specifically from Mercury when she was coming to school. Even though she was actually born, I think she was born in space on Mercury, and she just grew up on Mercury. And as far as the audience, well, no, as far as the characters know, there's only one Gundam in existence right now. But I believe the audience knows that's not true. That the other families that aren't the main family have been developing their own Gundam systems in secret, looking to rebel against the band.
Sorry to cut you off real quick. I got to leave, unfortunately, guys. A little early.
Oh, thanks for hanging out.
Bye,
Much
guys.
appreciated. See ya.
Yeah, well, in this case, it's very much, I'd say, more traditional, like family corporate structures. It's like all Japanese, like families that own these companies that work at like OPEC together.
Yeah.
Basically, OPEC for Gundams.
Yeah, it's not like too dissimilar from some of the other Gundam shows that have like corporate stuff, but it's like a very specific kind of like military slash capitalistic kind of like combination.
And much more prominent, I feel, than previously. Like you were saying, Tom, I really like the Earthian versus Spacian politics. I think have always been a part of Gundam. So it's cool to see that come back, but it's through this lens of the dangers of corporatism and capitalism, which I enjoyed. And then Max, the other core part of the series that you probably, because we didn't talk about it, the leader, the person who killed her father, Suletta's father, he has a daughter her age that's going to school, and he's essentially has a trial that's been happening to find her a husband, marriage partner. And it's all like political stuff, but essentially people duel in the school for the right to marry, what's her name?
It's Mirin.
Mirin, yeah.
Yeah.
People duel in the school.
Basically, it's
for the right to marry
Revolutionary
Mirin.
Lieutenant.
Yeah,
It's
and in
good.
the first episode, Suletta beats the person, her fiance. So right now, Mirin and Suletta are engaged to be married. And I think it's super cute. But it's also part of a plot by Suletta's mother to get revenge against Mirin's father. And it's very much, it seems like it's based strongly off of The Tempest by Shakespeare, which I'm looking forward to seeing how that plays out. Her plan hasn't been revealed yet. We don't know why she wants to do that.
Yeah, she's the Zex Marquise character, or the Char Aznavour.
Yes, yeah. And that's, they're...
Because I was like, I guess that is like a great way, if they're not saying that
I
they're
don't
males
think-
to compete, that does end a dynasty.
I don't think that is what they're going for. I think technology is to the point where, like, they could do a cryo baby or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Um,
You gotta assume something like that.
Well, and you
it's
can
like
also
that feature.
adopt and stuff like that, but
In vitro
it sounded
fertilization, all
very
that.
feudal. The
Yeah.
way that they're like going about it. So I was
It
like, well, if
is.
it has to be blood, then like,
that
you
part,
know.
that part is very feudal, but they're very progressive about their sexual politics.
They have mixed quite a bit of science with their ability to get offspring, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was actually a funny point
what-
because Suletta, being kind of a country bumpkin from Mercury, she was surprised when Mirin was like, okay, well, we're engaged now. And she's like, but we're both girls. And Mirin's like, fucking no one gives a shit about that shit.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
went the wrong way.
on Mercury, she never saw another kid anyways, so you know.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Did it matter on Mercury? I have no idea. There were
Yeah.
no one. There was no
It
one.
turns
Else.
out,
Yeah.
it turns out Mercury is like very homophobic.
It turns out most people are sterile on Mercury.
Oh, that too.
I wonder if that's gonna be like a thing at some point. I mean, not that they wouldn't like do it in like that kind of extreme, like bleak kind of way, but for Gundam.
Oh, it's down below.
Yeah,
Damn
I
it.
I
you
could
go
not
to
figure out where I was
Mercury,
trying to
you do
go.
your stint there until you get like a partially lethal dose of radiation, but you get your paycheck and go home.
Yeah.
Oh, he is asleep. Get some barrels going.
Oh shit! I got my charge.
Actually, to be fair, they're on like the dark side, or you know, close to the equator. They're probably like with enough lead, you're good.
I think. Yeah, they haven't really talked about Mercury very much.
I was
Anybody
really
got a big
intrigued
boom?
about the series just because, like, I mean, obviously not very many sci-fi start setting up base on Mercury. And Terra Invicta, actually, like, Mercury is a huge part of the strategy. So it just happened to come at the right time. Like, based on Titan. So I hope they support.
You just getting up, so we had to kill him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it would be interesting if they explored, but it sounds like the series is awesome.
Yes.
It's good, yeah. It's good modernized Gundam for sure. Yeah, the robots are
Yeah.
cool.
I
They're cool.
assume Mercury, even if they don't show Mercury, would be better than Destiny, where they manage to
Yeah.
Oh
but not
god.
change the fluid.
Because it's basically Mars, right, Max? They're both red.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's fine. I mean, the
They both
plants
start
on
with the letter M.
The plants on the other side that of the landlocked, or of the tidally locked planet are doing fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Haven't played that.
Anomaly done.
Nice. Nice. Very well done.
All I'm saying is the Traveler has quite the green.
Do we want to do one more? Or do we want to call it here?
I was gonna say I could do either or. I don't mind calling it here if you want. If you want to save some for next time.
We did Risen Chameleos. We are all
Yeah.
caught up on Title II update stuff. We talked Gundam. We talked D&D. Thanks everyone for hanging out and watching. Again, the Extra Life is right there. I think we've raised $335. The goal this year is 1,000. We're due to just life and being busy and stuff. A little smaller goal than last year, but we hope you'll still be able to help us meet it. We've got a ton of prizes for you. Trying to think if there's anything else.
Let me get that
Oh.
link going real quick.
I didn't mention this before, but I'm thinking of moving Monster Hunter Mondays to being called something else and being on Tuesdays. Tom, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, we want to do Monster Hunter Tuesdays.
Yeah,
Could do that.
just it would. I think for me, it would help with my schedule if it works with your schedule as well.
Yeah, and that's fine. I was gonna say I don't mind moving it just because Tuesdays are one of the days we might do releases, but if that happens, I'll know that ahead of time. So that doesn't
Wait, you're
bother
still at
me.
LCS, right?
Would Thursdays be better?
I mean either or. I mean it doesn't really matter. Well, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays are our release days. When we have them, but for me, I don't have to be on. It's a late night thing. I don't have to be on it every time. It's just potentially there might be some nights where I will have to. Well, I'll still be able to stream. I'll just have to end it before like 10.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm good to call it here if we want to do that.
Yeah. Thanks everybody.
Yeah. Thank y'all. We will see you all next Monday. Unless I don't know if Danny has a Wednesday stream this week.
I think he is. So next Tuesday we'll come back with some Monster Hunter World.
Yeah.
Committing Danny to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zach,
Exactly.
Would you want to play? Would you want to play some World with us? Try it out on the Steam Deck.
Yeah, I'm actually interested. I just like I didn't want to go through the grind. When it first came out and there were other games. But I'm definitely interested in like if you're doing a fresh group, like grinding up and stuff. I'm definitely interested.
I know there was someone who joined the Monster Hunter channel recently that is starting out pretty fresh in world. So yeah, I'd be down to help me get my sea legs back by doing some like earlier content.
I just need to get my valves on. So
Yeah. All right, everybody.
All right. See y'all.
Bye.
yeah.